Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much will depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos, news updates. This U-turn is embarrassing. Rights group tells Tinubu. Now, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, has slammed Ebola Tinubu. Yes, Tinubu have said during his campaign that he would dialogue with those who are agitating for freedom, those who want to secede from Nigeria, that he would definitely dialogue with them. When he came for campaign in Owerri, Huriwa called, that Tinubu said in Imo State capital that he would dialogue with IPOB to address their legitimate concerns in the interest of the unity of Nigeria. Tinubu referred to agitation of the IPOB as legitimate, and as Huriwa is reminding him, say, look, this is what you said during your campaign. And what happened now? That you went to the northern Nigeria to say another thing. Of course, Huriwa said Tinubu went to the passing out parade of Nigerian Defense Academy cadets in Kaduna and told the guardian there that his administration is committed to tackling secessionist elements and counterinsurgency efforts. Huriwa said he did not mention anything like dialogue or peaceful resolution. They said this is inconsistency, talking about his own stand on the agitation for secession or referendum or freedom. This is inconsistency on the part of Ebola Tinubu. Yes, he said it raises question about the credibility and integrity of him who said he is the president of Nigeria as you were speaking. The Huriwa said what made matters more concerning was that this U-turn came at a time when the federal government was in a clear breach of a binding Court of Appeal judgment. On October 13, 2022, the Court of Appeal in Abuja upheld the appeal of Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the IPOB, stating that the federal government had violated both local and international laws by forcefully rendering Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. The court voided and set aside the terrorism charges set against him, rendering them incompetent and unlawful. That's the statement of the Huriwa. Yes, Emmanuel Onwubiko. Yes, Emmanuel Onwubiko is the coordinator. That's the national coordinator of Huriwa. He made the statement. Yes, and so this is it. These are the things that plunges a country into the abyss. This kind of situation is sequel or is in tandem, okay, or akin, if you like, to the statement made by the header that left office before the Ebola came in. Yes, the header went to the international community, I think that should be in New York to be precise, to tell the world there that he will obey the court judgment. He's not ready to interfere or influence the judgment of the judiciary. Said in Nigeria they have three arms of government that are separate, that are distinct: the executive, the legislature, and judiciary. And so he will not interfere. We don't want people to see him as a president that interferes in other arms of government's activities. That he will, obey the court judgment. So when he came back to Nigeria, of course, it happened that the judgment came and was not unfavorable to them. Rather, the judgment said, look, the leader of the IPOB has been discharged and acquitted. He didn't stop there, said you have to compensate him adequately and apologize to him on the national dailies and forestall any court in Nigeria to try him any longer. So what are we seeing today? He's still behind bars. He's still being incarcerated, still suffering the SS hell. And so the Huriwa is relating it to what Bola Tinubu said during the campaigns and what he's doing now regarding to what he said in Kaduna State during the passing out parade of the Defense Academy cadets, that he would deal decisively with secessionists. Alright, so you talk about terrorism, that one is different. Okay, if you want to deal with Boko Haram, if you want to deal with the insurgency or the bandits, it's not the same with people who are agitating genuinely for freedom. Yes. So word over, we have said it, I will keep saying it. The IPOB has their offices and nobody has closed it saying they are terrorists. No, No government has ever done that. Yes, so they are not terrorist organizations like the ones in the Boko Haram or in northern Nigeria, okay, where he's addressing those cadets or people there. So the government of Nigeria have to be sincere in what they're doing. Otherwise, they will keep bringing embarrassment to the country. This can feature international embarrassment. Not only international embarrassment, but they will deny the country investment opportunities, and that's why people are suffering. If you go, to the nooks and crannies of the contraption, see the level of poverty, level of abject poverty. They called it multi-dimensional poverty. That's what is happening in the contraption. And so all these things they are doing, they think they are doing Nnamdi Kanu. They think they are torturing the Igbos, the Biafrans. They are doing themselves. Nigeria, how far? How far? How on a country there? Since it's not a zoo, so what happened? Or what is happening? Yes? So when we say, oh, this is a zoo, they say, oh, no. This is not a zoo. It's a country. Then what's happening? The multi-dimensional poverty, over 70 million persons living under the poverty level. Okay? Below poverty line. The poverty capital of the whole world. So tell me. So that is it. So if they are pointing one finger, one accusing finger against the people who did nothing wrong to them, other than that they're looking for their freedom, 4 fingers pointing at them, but they wouldn't know. And that's what they're suffering today. So unless Nigeria, come out openly and say the truth, release Nnamdi Kanu, conduct a referendum, they will continue to go down the drain, to the abyss. The economy will continue to go down. The worst economy we have seen in West Africa. They say they are giant of the whole Africa, but in West Africa they are the worst economy. Look at their naira, their currency. It's nothing to write home about. It's a far cry from being, quality currency. All right? It can't get anything in the market. Look at their workers. They're about to embark on strike. For what? Because of hardship. Hardship, perennial hardship, endless hardship, poverty, diseases ravaging the country, killings everywhere being orchestrated by poverty and bad leadership, stealing money meant for the public. All right? And so they will continue, since they said, in the Southeast, there won't be any respect. There won't be any respect for them in anywhere, of course. So that is it. So, Oji Nwatanala Jowe. Oji Nwatanala Jowe. If you are holding a child on the ground, you are holding yourself as well. Because you will not go out since you are holding the child. And that's the point.